Welcome back to the world's first and only Orca podcast located on Vancouver Island in Canada. I'm your Orca pal Sandra, and today we are diving into something magical, the deep, timeless connection between humans and one of the ocean's most captivating creatures, orcas, or as many call them, killer whales. Think about it. Why are we so drawn to these animals? Is it their power, their intelligence, or something deeper, something primal? And here's another question. Have you ever dreamed of an orca? So many people do. I know I do. And why is that? Well, today we will explore all of this. We will talk about why orcas amaze us scientifically, how ancient cultures saw them as more than just animals, and why they keep showing up in our dreams. So grab a cup of coffee or tea, settle in, and let's dive into the mysteries of these magnificent beings. Let's start with the basics. Why do orcas inspire such awe? Well, I think first, they are absolutely stunning. Those striking black and white patterns, like living art gliding through the ocean. And the size? They are known as the largest members of the dolphin family. I've read somewhere this morning some reaching up to 32 feet long. But it's not just their looks. Orcas are incredibly smart. They have complex social lives, pods, basically orca families. So orca pods can have their own dialects, their own way of communication. Isn't that wild? They actually talk differently depending on where they're from. And their hunting skills, these creatures are teamwork champions. Offshore orcas, transient killer whales, they will work together to create waves to knock seals off ice floes or herd fish like the northern resident killer whales into tight balls. They're all over. They're adaptable, they're strategic, and let's be honest, they are a little intimidating. They are apex predators, but there's a grace to how they dominate the ocean. Orcas are also symbols of freedom and unity. Think of their pods. Matriarchal families led by wise older females. That social bond is something we admire. Maybe it's something we long for in our own lives. And of course, pop culture has amplified their mystique. Who didn't fall in love with Free Willy? And then there's Blackfish, a documentary that opened so many eyes to the plight of orcas in captivity. Together, they have helped cement orcas in our collective consciousness as symbols of wilderness and conservation. Now let's go back, let's go way back to ancient times. Humans have been fascinated by orcas for centuries. Across the world, orcas have shown up in myths and legends. For example, in Norse mythology, they were seen as symbols of the sea's raw power. In the Pacific Island cultures, orcas were guardians or shapeshifters, beings that could move between realms. So, why did ancient people revere them so much? Well, I believe they lived alongside orcas. They saw their intelligence, their strength, and their family bonds. These were qualities worth honoring. And let's not forget, they are tied to the ocean itself, a force of nature that gives life, but also holds mysteries we've maybe never fully unraveled. It's no wonder orcas became symbols of transformation, protection, and the in- interconnectedness of all life. But all right, now here's something fascinating. Orca dreams. Have you ever had one? Maybe you are swimming with them or they are circling you. Maybe they're saving you. Whatever the dream, orcas often leave a deep impression. So, what do they mean? On one level, dreams about orcas might reflect something deep in our subconsciousness. In psychology, water often symbolizes emotions. An orca then could represent something powerful like a buried feeling or an unacknowledged strength, maybe. Carl Jung, the famous psychoanalyst, would probably say orcas are archetypes. They could symbolize the unknown, the shadowy parts of ourselves we need to explore. But dreams just psychologically, right? For some people, they are spiritual. Orcas might appear in their dreams as guides or messengers, nudging you to reconnect with nature or to navigate a challenge in your life. And let's not forget the cultural stories we absorb. If you've ever been moved by a documentary or a first-hand encounter with an orca, that experience might echo in your dreams, reminding you of their awe-inspiring presence. Wow, we've covered a lot today. From the orcas' biological brilliance to their sacred role in ancient cultures to the dreams they inspire, orcas are so much more than just animals. They are symbols of freedom, intelligence, and connection. And here's the thing. They need us now more than ever. Orcas are facing challenges, pollution, loss of habitat, and declining food. If we love these creatures as much as we say we do, it's up to us to protect their world. So here's my challenge to you. Get involved. Make small changes at home that have a huge impact in the long run. For example, switching from your regular fish oil-based omega-3s to plant-based omega-3s will have a big impact. What about pet food? Choose pet food that does marine life friendly choices. Or join a marine conservation effort. Learn about orcas in the wild and what we can do to help. And if you've ever dreamed about an orca or had an encounter you will never forget, I'd love to hear about it. Share your story with me for a future episode. Thank you so much for diving deep with me today. Remember, our connection to orcas is a reflection of our connection to the ocean and to ourselves. Until next time, keep dreaming of the deep. I hope you enjoy using it.